Beloved, within you right now is a power greater than any obstacle you have faced. The waiting, the delays, the silent seasons, none of it has been wasted. For the door you have been waiting on is not random, it is divinely timed. Every prayer you whispered in the stillness of night, every tear you carried in secret, every hope you nurtured in faith, has been building toward this appointed hour. You are not standing at the end. You are standing at the threshold. And I say to you, get ready, for God is opening the door you've been waiting on. The door you've been waiting for is divinely timed. There is a higher order governing your life, a rhythm beyond human calculation, a clock not measured by minutes but by divine alignment. The door you have been yearning to walk through, the opportunity, the relationship, the breakthrough, the answered prayer, exists not in the randomness of chance, but in the precision of God's timing. You see, every event in your journey is woven with intention. The things that seemed delayed were not accidents. They were part of an invisible sequence, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you. Imagine a great symphony. Each note has its place. Each instrument comes in at the perfect measure. If one violin rushes ahead of the orchestra, the harmony is broken. So it is with your destiny. The infinite waits for the exact moment when all conditions are tuned for your highest good. You may have looked at others and wondered, why has their door opened and mine remains shut? But comparison is the thief of inner peace. What belongs to another comes in their time. What belongs to you is reserved, sealed, and timed to perfection. Nothing can arrive before you are ready to hold it, to nurture it, to walk in it. The universe withholds nothing. It arranges everything. Think of the seed beneath the soil. For weeks, sometimes months, it seems as if nothing is happening. You water it, you wait, and you wonder if the earth has swallowed it in vain. But beneath the surface, life is stirring, roots are forming, strength is building. Then one day, without warning, a shoot breaks forth. That shoot was always destined to rise, but only when its hidden growth had completed. The door of your destiny is no different. What you think is silence is sacred construction. This is why impatience weakens the spirit. When you demand that life moves by your clock, you resist the very flow that ensures your blessing arrives complete, not premature. Have you not noticed that many things which arrived too early in your past slipped through your fingers? A relationship you forced before you were healed. A business venture you chased before the foundation was ready. These were not failures, but reminders. Timing is not punishment. Timing is protection. There is a word inscribed across your path. Appointed. Appointed means chosen, scheduled, and set. The door you have been praying for is not floating in uncertainty. It already has its hour. Divine wisdom knows when your heart is strong enough, your faith is deep enough, your character is mature enough to carry the weight of the blessing. What good is it if the door opens while your hands are too weak to hold the gift behind it? What good is it if you step through but stumble under the pressure that accompanies it? The very waiting you despise is the strengthening you require. Therefore, rest in the awareness that your life is under divine order. Nothing is late, nothing is lost, nothing is wasted. The moment you align your inner expectancy with this truth, you will find peace in the process. For the door you seek is not opening randomly, it is divinely timed. Every delay was preparation, not denial. Delay is one of the greatest teachers of faith. Many interpret delay as rejection, assuming that unanswered prayers mean heaven has turned a deaf ear. But the truth is far more profound. What you have called delay is often the very preparation required to receive the thing you desire without losing it. A child may long to drive a car, but until they learn responsibility, knowledge, and skill, placing them behind the wheel would be dangerous. The delay is not punishment. It is protection and preparation. The same law applies to your life. The blessings you long for carry weight, responsibility, and influence. Without the inner strength to manage them, they can become burdens burdens rather than blessings. That is why what you thought was withheld was, in fact, being polished and refined until you could hold it securely. Think of the artisan shaping a diamond. The rough stone, though valuable, does not yet shine. It must endure the pressure of cutting, the friction of shaping, the patience of polishing. Only then does it reveal its brilliance. In the same way, the delays you endured were the tools shaping you into the vessel capable of holding your blessing. Without those seasons, you would not have developed the resilience, the wisdom, or the discernment you now carry. Every unanswered prayer was not a no, it was a not yet. Every door that seemed locked was not denial, it was redirection to something greater. Perhaps you applied for opportunities and were overlooked. Perhaps you sought love and were left waiting. Perhaps you invested effort and reaped little fruit. Yet behind the veil, the universe was weaving a better path, one you could not yet see. Had you received what you wanted too early, you may have settled for less than you were destined for. The delay saved you from smaller doors so that you could walk through the greater one. Look back at your own history. Are there not moments when you were grateful something did not happen when you demanded it? A relationship that ended, only to make way for someone better suited. A job you lost, only to step into a higher calling. A plan that crumbled, only to reveal a greater opportunity. Delay is the hand of divine intelligence, positioning you, refining you, aligning you. Even in the wilderness seasons, where the silence feels heavy, you are being taught. The wilderness is not wasted. It builds strength. Israel wandered 40 years, not because God had denied them the promised land, but because they were not ready to inherit it. Their minds still clung to slavery. Their hearts were still bound by fear. Until they were prepared to enter, the delay served as training. So it is with you. Every waiting room you have sat in was not an empty pause. It was a classroom. You were being taught patience, resilience, faith, and gratitude. You were learning to trust in what you could not see. You were being shaped into a vessel worthy of the very thing you desire. Beloved, understand this truth. The delay has never been against you. It has always been for you. The universe does not deal in denials. It deals in preparations. And when the season of readiness meets the season of opportunity, what once felt like endless waiting will suddenly make perfect sense. Closed doors redirect you to greater paths. There are moments in life when you stand before a door, knock with all your strength and hear nothing but silence. You may pray, push, and plead, only to watch that door remain immovable. In those moments, the human mind often assumes rejection, as though life has turned its back. But the truth is far deeper. A closed door is not rejection. It is redirection. It is the hand of divine intelligence guiding you away from what is lesser toward what is greater. Think of a traveler wandering through a forest. He comes upon a path blocked by a heavy gate. He pounds against it, frustrated, unable to move forward. Yet a few steps to the right, another path opens, one leading to a clearing filled with sunlight, water, and safety. Had the first door opened, he would have walked into a wilderness of danger. The gate was not against him, it was for him. So it is in your life. Every closed door has preserved you from harm, from lesser opportunities, from entanglements that would have drained your spirit. Consider the times you wanted a relationship to work, but it dissolved. At the moment it felt like devastation, yet as time unfolded you saw that the one you thought was meant for you carried shadows unseen. The closed door spared you from a future of sorrow. Or recall the job you desperately wanted, the opportunity you prayed for, the plan that seemed perfect. When it slipped away, it felt like loss. Yet later a greater opportunity emerged, one that aligned with your true gifts. The door that closed was an arrow pointing to the door that was yours. The universe works not through accident, but through intention. Closed doors are signposts. They say, not here, not this, not now. They redirect your steps so that your energy is not wasted in barren fields. What appears as denial is often divine navigation. Imagine the river flowing through the land. When it encounters a rock blocking its course, it does not stop. It bends. It finds another way. Yet the new way it carves is often deeper, richer, more fertile. The obstruction was not the end of the river. It was the shaping of a stronger channel. In the same way, the obstacles you faced were not meant to stop you. They were meant to shape you, to reroute you, to lead you toward richer terrain. Closed doors also teach surrender. They remind you that you are not the ultimate architect of your destiny, but a co-creator with divine wisdom. When you trust that the doors which close are serving a higher purpose, you release bitterness, you release resistance, and you open your spirit to receive the greater path unfolding. Therefore, every time a door shuts in your face, remember this: it is not the end, it is a turning point. Life is saying there is something more, something better, something greater awaiting you. The path you are being redirected to is not random, it is designed for your highest good. Divine order is arranging everything for your good. There is an invisible law at work in your life, divine order. It is the principle that everything, no matter how chaotic it appears on the surface, is arranging itself toward your ultimate good. You may see fragments, but the infinite sees the whole tapestry. You may notice confusion, but behind the curtain, perfect symmetry is forming. Think of a master artist painting on canvas. Up close you see only splashes of color, strokes that seem unrelated, even messy, but step back and you see the full image, a masterpiece in progress. So it is with your life. The strokes of pain, the lines of delay, the colors of joy and sorrow, all come together under the hand of divine order, creating a picture far greater than you imagined. This law works silently, constantly, and unfailingly. You may not always recognize its operation, yet it governs every detail. The people you meet, the opportunities you encounter, even the setbacks you endure, all are threads being woven into your greater destiny. The wrong turns are made right, the missed chances return in higher form, the mistakes are transformed into wisdom. What looks like disorder is secretly divine order. Consider the gears of a great clock. To the eye, each gear turns in its own direction, some clockwise, some counterclockwise. Alone they appear to oppose each other, yet together they move in perfect harmony, marking the hours with precision. In the same way, the events of your life may appear to oppose one another, joy and sorrow, success and failure, gain and loss, but under divine order, they all move in synchronization, working together for your good. When you align your mind with this truth, you cease to panic when life appears uncertain. You no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "How is this working for me?" You begin to trust that even the things you do not understand are serving a higher purpose. This trust creates peace, and peace allows you to walk in strength. Divine order also ensures that nothing meant for you can be lost. The blessing may be delayed, rerouted, or reshaped, but it cannot be denied. The universe does not play games with your destiny. What belongs to you will always find its way to you at the precise moment when you are ready to receive it. This is the guarantee of divine order. Even your prayers are answered through this principle. Sometimes the answer is immediate, because the alignment is already present. Other times the answer unfolds gradually, because the circumstances must first be prepared. But whether quick or slow, the law of divine order ensures the outcome always serves your highest good. So, when you feel uncertain, remind yourself there is a greater arrangement unfolding. Life is not chaotic, it is coordinated. You are not lost, you are being led. Every step, every delay, every detour is part of a larger design. Divine order is the invisible hand arranging everything for your good. Expectation is the magnet of manifestation. Expectation is not a passive wish. It is a force, a magnet, a living vibration that shapes your destiny. What you hold in the mind with conviction draws itself into form. What you expect, you invite. What you consistently believe to be possible begins to weave itself into the fabric of your reality. Every thought you repeat is a signal sent into the unseen. If you expect defeat, you magnetize experiences that confirm defeat. If you expect blessing, you attract the conditions for blessing. This is not mere psychology, it is spiritual law. Just as the seed carries the design of the tree within it, your expectations carry the pattern of your future within them. The universe responds not to empty words, but to the deep conviction of the heart. Two people may speak the same prayer, one with doubt, one with certainty. The doubtful heart sends a scattered signal. The certain heart sends a clear vibration. The latter will draw into life that which it has claimed inwardly. Expectation creates atmosphere. It surrounds you like an aura, a magnetic field, influencing the people you meet and the opportunities you encounter. Those who expect favor walk into rooms differently. Their posture speaks of confidence. Their energy whispers assurance, and unseen doors swing open before them. Those who expect failure unconsciously sabotage themselves, carrying an atmosphere of hesitation that repels opportunity. Think of the farmer planting seed. If he expects a harvest, he waters the soil, he tends the field, he rises each morning in confidence. His actions align with his expectation, and the earth responds. But if he doubts, if he expects failure, he neglects the soil, he abandons the field, and even fertile ground will yield nothing. The harvest does not respond merely to the seed, but to the expectation carried by the sower. Expectation is also self-fulfilling. The mind, once convinced, influences behavior in subtle but powerful ways. A person who expects health will speak health, act in ways that support health, and attract solutions for health. A person who expects poverty will unconsciously repel prosperity, closing the door on opportunities with their own disbelief. Life does not mock you, it mirrors you. This is why the sacred task of your soul is to guard your inner expectation. Each morning set the tone. I expect favor today. I expect guidance today. I expect provision today. I expect love today. These affirmations are not mere words. They are magnets shaping the unseen forces into visible outcomes. Expectation also dissolves fear. When you know the outcome is working in your favor, fear loses its grip. A student expecting success enters the exam hall calm and focused, while one expecting failure is paralyzed by anxiety. The same applies to every area of life. Your expectation dictates your emotional state, and your emotional state shapes your results. Therefore, cultivate expectancy, not as a fleeting hope, but as a steady inner knowing. Expectation is the magnet of manifestation, pulling into your orbit the very things you claim within. Speak and feel the reality of your answered prayer now. Words are seeds, and feelings are the water that makes them grow. When you speak, you give form to the invisible. When you feel, you give life to what you have spoken. To speak and feel the reality of your answered prayer is to act as though the unseen has already arrived, and in doing so you hasten its arrival. Too often, people pray as beggars, pleading, hoping, waiting. They speak as though the blessing is far away, as though God has withheld it. But the secret is this: the moment you speak your prayer with conviction, it exists in the unseen. It may not yet be visible, but it is already born. Your task is to speak it and to feel it as real, here, now. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire as though it were already yours. See yourself walking through the open door, holding the answered prayer, living the reality you long for. Speak it aloud. I am favored. I am provided for. I am whole. I am guided. As you speak, let the words sink into your heart until they ignite genuine feeling. This feeling is not fantasy. It is the vibration of faith. It tells the universe, this is already mine. Every great transformation begins in this union of word and feeling. Words alone can be empty. Feelings alone can be scattered. But when word and feeling unite, creation is set into motion. The subconscious mind, which governs the patterns of your life, responds not to logic, but to emotion. It takes the feeling you embody as fact and begins to organize circumstances to match it. Consider the actor preparing for a role. He does not merely recite lines. He inhabits the character, feeling the emotions, embodying the reality until it seems real. In the same way, you are called to embody the reality of your answered prayer. When you speak abundance, feel abundant. When you speak peace, feel peace. When you speak healing, feel whole. The more vividly you feel it, the faster it crystallizes into experience. This practice also dissolves doubt. When you focus on the desired reality as though it already exists, the mind grows less attached to appearances. What you see with physical eyes may contradict your spoken prayer, but what you feel with inner vision overrides it. The outer world eventually bends to the inner conviction. The key is consistency. Speak daily. Feel daily. Do not waver between hope and despair. Let your spoken words and felt emotions form a steady stream of faith. Just as water wears down stone through constant flow, your steady declaration and feeling wear down obstacles until they vanish. Remember, creation begins twice, first within, then without. By speaking and feeling the reality of your answered prayer now, you collapse the distance between desire and manifestation. God never withholds. He prepares you to receive. The nature of the divine is generosity, not scarcity. What seems like withholding is not rejection, but timing. Just as a wise parent does not hand a sharp tool to a child before they are ready, God ensures you grow strong enough to handle the blessing you seek. The waiting seasons shape your patience, discipline, and maturity, for every gift carries responsibility. Blessing given too soon may crush rather than uplift, but when preparation is complete, the gift arrives effortlessly. What appears as distance is actually closeness, for the unseen work of God is fashioning your character to hold the fullness of what is coming. The waiting season strengthens your faith. Faith is not proven in moments of instant answers. It is forged in the silence of delay. The waiting season is a spiritual gymnasium, stretching your trust, exercising your patience, and teaching you to believe in what you cannot yet see. Just as muscles grow through resistance, faith expands through waiting. Each day you choose trust over doubt, your inner strength multiplies. Waiting purifies your motives, removes impatience, and deepens gratitude. Without waiting, faith would remain shallow. With waiting, it becomes unshakable. In the stillness of delay, your heart learns to lean on the unseen with unwavering confidence. The right door will open wide and cannot be shut. When the appointed moment arrives, no resistance, no obstacle, no human hand can hold back what is divinely yours. The right door does not creak open timidly. It swings wide with authority, announcing that the season of waiting has ended. What once seemed impossible becomes effortless, for divine timing carries its own power. You will not need to force or manipulate, for what is ordained comes with ease. Those who tried to hinder you will stand aside, for the door that belongs to you is sealed by a higher hand. Opportunity aligned with destiny has a momentum that cannot be reversed, a certainty that no circumstance can undo. Step forward in confidence. Your destiny is here. The moment the path is revealed, hesitation must give way to boldness. Confidence is the language of faith, the posture that says, I am ready. When the door opens, do not linger in fear or second guessing, for destiny favors movement. Step forward with assurance, knowing you are backed by divine strength. Your preparation, your trials, your waiting have equipped you for this very moment. To walk timidly is to question what heaven has already affirmed. Your destiny is not a distant dream, but a present reality, waiting for you to embrace it fully, with courage and conviction. We have walked together through a journey of truth, 10 keynotes of faith and inner certainty. You now understand that the door you've longed for is divinely timed, that every delay was preparation, not denial. You see that closed doors were redirections, guiding you toward greater paths, and that divine order has been arranging every detail for your good. You know now that expectation is the magnet of manifestation, and that by speaking and feeling your answered prayer, you draw it closer into reality. You recognize that God never withholds, but prepares you, and that your waiting has been strengthening your faith. You've learned that the right door, when it opens, will open wide and cannot be shut, and that your role is to step forward in confidence, because your destiny is here. Beloved, this is not theory. It is law, spiritual spiritual law in action. Trust the process, embrace the preparation, and rise into the fullness of who you are meant to be. Thank you for watching, and if this message touched your heart, stay connected here on for more timeless wisdom and spiritual encouragement.